Okay, so I have a legal pad that was from Papa Dons' house. It was, I think, he was writing his memoirs, and he didn't finish it. But I was trying to figure out how to best share this with the family, so I think I'm just going to read it. I was born in the home in Oglethorpe, he has it written off to the side, Macon County, Georgia, July 28th, 1937, to H. Wade Slim Mayo, a signal maintainer for the Central of Georgia Railroad, and Jewel, or Jute, Grace Hooton Mayo, a homemaker and seamstress for the affluent. On May 4th, 1953, he's got 3 here, but then he wrote a 2 over it. 1952, at the age of 14, he originally wrote 15, but he drew a 4 over the 5. At the age of 14, I joined Company B, 121st Infantry Regiment, 48th Division, Georgia National Guard, in Montezuma, Georgia. I was assigned as a rifleman and subsequently a Browning Automatic Rifleman, or BAR. Each 9-man squad had 2 BAR men, BAR men. I had 3, this is interesting, he originally wrote 2, and then he crossed it out and he wrote 3. 3 brothers and a half-brother who joined the military underage. 1 brother and my half-brother in the Second World War, and 1 brother in the Korean War. If you knew Papa Don, he was very proud of the fact that he joined underage. In 1953, I was sent to Fort Benning, Georgia, to attend Advanced NCO Infantry Weapons. NCO means non-commissioned officer. He didn't write that, I'm just stating that. Course, Infantry Weapons Course. We learned to fire and maintain all infantry weapons of the time, from a 45 cal pistol to a 105 millimeter recoilless rifle, including mortars and machine guns. Just FYI, this is the first time I'm reading this too, so we're discovering it as we go. As a barman, I fired a 96% on the moving target range. I was told it was a record, and my record was eating first in line at the company chow hall for 2 weeks. Oh, sorry. My reward was eating first in line at the company chow hall for 2 weeks. That's cool. I didn't know that. I joined the Air Force July 29th, 1954, and had to attend basic training at Lackland AFB, Air Force Base, Texas. I think that says Lackland. Even though I had already received extensive training in the National Guard. After completing basic training in October 1954, I was assigned to Sitanute. Can't quite. CITANUTE, AFB, Air Force Base, Illinois, for advanced training as an aircraft electrical repairman. At the school, we trained on the B-50 bomber. I completed the school in April 1956. So we started off when 1952, now we're at 1956. I was assigned to Sawiki Air Force Base, Kyushu, Japan. I was assigned / attached to the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force to train the Japanese how to fly and maintain the T-33A and the F-86F aircraft. Although we had to live in tents, it was still 2 wonderful years. After Japan, I was assigned to the 354th TFW at Myrtle Beach Air Force Base. So, trying to figure out what he wrote here. Okay, South Carolina. That's what he abbreviated it. Arrived there in June 1957. They had just received the F-100Ds. I'm guessing that's a plane. I'm not sure. I'm sure it is. In February 1958, I met and married my wife of the last 51 years, Ramona Brown. She was born in Myrtle Beach, so we have forever been tied to the place. While assigned there for the next 5 years, I spent a lot of time TDY to places like Italy, maybe that means deployed, something, I don't know. Italy, France, Morocco, Portugal, Labrador? That's what it says. Labrador, and many others in the USA, which we knew that. I didn't know he was in Morocco. That's cool. I was reassigned to Robins Air Force Base, Georgia in April 1962. I spent 16 months there. So we're at 1962 now. From Robins, I went to RAF Bentwaters / Woodbridge, England. I worked on the F-101A and C aircrafts there. Had TDYs to Libya, Germany, Denmark, Spain, and Majorca? That's what it says. After 26 months, I was reassigned. Arrived at Charleston Air Force Base, South Carolina in December 1965. I worked on the C-124, C-130, and C-141 aircraft while stationed there. In December 1967, I was directed to retrain into conventional aircraft munitions. So, 67, he was sent to retrain. Okay. I was assigned to munitions school at Lowry Air Force Base, Colorado, in January 1968. The school lasted until April 1968. Then I was assigned to the 366 MMS at Da Nang Air Force Base, RVN. While there, I was on a bomb assembly crew until I fell and broke my right arm. I was in a full arm cast and I guess he's saying told not to do manual labor. The commander assigned me as the squadron training NCO, where I stayed until my departure in June 1969. And that's all we have. That's it. A few pages. Didn't get to finish it. That's what it looks like. That is our Papa Don. So, interesting. I learned some things. I didn't know he had gone to Morocco. I knew he went to Libya. He said that he met Muammar Gaddafi, apparently. He said he was crazy, which sounds about right. And, yeah, so wanted to share that with everybody. If anybody would like a copy, I can make you a copy if you want a copy. But that's it. Alright, love y'all.